What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a transmission and differential fluid change. I'm using Royal Purple Max Gear 75 W90 full synthetic gear oil. This is GL 4 and 5 gear oil, and it is non-corrosive to soft metals like brass, bronze, and copper. So the synchros in your transmission will be perfectly fine. Real quick, I'm just going to show you how to do the differential. It's actually pretty easy. So you jack up the car, obviously. You see your differential, I did it again. And then once you have your diff, there's the drain. The fill plug is on the passenger side, I believe. And it's right on top. I don't know if you can see that right there. You make sure you can loosen that first before you drain the fluid, because if you drain the fluid first and you can't get that out, it's going to be nearly impossible to put the oil back in without having to drain it. It's really simple. Simply drain it. Make sure the fill cap is off, so you know you can put gear oil back in. And then once it's drained, wait till it's like just a drip instead of a steady constant flow, and then put the drain plug back in, and then fill with your fluid. I'll show you what I'm using. It sucks working on the floor. I have to invest in a lift. Forgot my flashlight. I already have the fluid pump set up down here on the trans. So like I said, I'm using the 7590. On the trans, this is a 6-speed manual transmission on a B6 Audi A4, this is an 03. So I'm using that pump, which is simply you just put the one side in there, pump it, and it'll pump it through, and then up inside. It's kind of a tight fit under here, but as you can see, that's the drain plug for the 6-speed, and then the fill plug is right there on the driver's side of the axle. So same thing with the differential. You remove the fill plug just to make sure you can put fluid back in, and then take out your drain plug. The difference between this one and the other ones is the other ones you have to fill up from the drain plug as well, which is kind of a pain in the ass because you have to get a long rod to put up in there with an angle so you can fish the fluid in. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So real quick, I'll demonstrate on how to do it. Hopefully you guys can see that. So you get your fluid, take the cap off, and make sure you're on a level surface too, because if you're not, then you'll put too much fluid in. And if you put too much fluid in, then the trans won't be able to it'll still lubricate, but it won't be able to disperse the heat properly. So you have the one side that goes into the trans, and then the other side goes into the tube. Excuse me, not the tube. It goes into the gear oil, which, like I mentioned, is really a pain in the butt because I'm on the ground and not on a lift, which would be so much better. Make sure it's all the way at the bottom. Once it's all the way at the bottom, you just get your pump. Now you're going to be annoying. This is what I mean by it's annoying. got it, you know what's in there, just start pumping. And it fell out again. This is what I mean. It's extremely annoying, especially if you don't have a second person helping. The differential was surprisingly a lot easier. And this, as you can tell, is not. In fact, it's actually a pain in the ass. I think. So as you can see, it's starting to fill up with the fluid. And you'll literally just keep going until fluid starts coming out of the top. Like I said, this trans takes about 3 quarts. So when you're on your second quart, or I should say when you're nearly done with it, I suggest putting a drain pan underneath. So that one's done. I do apologize if my bald head is getting in there. Just making sure it's empty. And it is. So you grab your second bottle. And your drain pan. Because once this stuff starts coming out, it's going to be a pain in the ass to clean it up. But that's pretty much it. Once you guys, once it starts coming out of the top, simply just put the nut back in, tighten it up, then you go for a test drive, and then recheck it, and then make sure the trans level is good to go. And as long as the level is good to go, you simply just pop the fill cap off, stick your finger in, and if the oil is right there, then you're good to go. Other than that, hope you like what you saw. If you did, leave a like down below. If you want to see more, just comment down below what you want to see, and I'll do what I can to get to it. I appreciate the watch. Take care, and have a good rest of your day.